By the age of 40, a man should no longer be confused by people, not because the world gets kinder, but because experience sharpens perception. Stoicism was never about controlling others. It was about not being controlled. Today we'll talk about the dark psychology traps. Every Stoic learns to recognize, not to manipulate, but to remain free. The Stoic frame. A man should know how to maintain his dignity and frame. Be where your life and frame are respected as man. You don't have to beg for that, you command it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Manipulation only works on minds that are reactive, emotional, and unclear. A disciplined mind is difficult to move, difficult to provoke, difficult to deceive. Let's begin. 1. Silence as a weapon. Some people go silent, not for peace, but to create anxiety. They want you to speak first, to explain, to weaken your position. A Stoic understands something deeper. Silence is neutral. It only becomes a weapon when your mind turns it into a threat. The teaching of Marcus Aurelius reminds us, disturbance does not come from events, but from our interpretation of them. If someone withdraws to manipulate you, the disciplined response is not panic. It is stillness. You don't chase silence. You don't negotiate with absence. You don't explain yourself into submission. You remain centered, because a strong frame does not collapse in quiet rooms. And sometimes the most powerful move is letting silence expose intentions. Not every silence deserves reaction. Not every pause is your responsibility to fix. A Stoic does not fear silence. He can sit in it comfortably. 2. Flattery that lowers the guard. Excessive praise is rarely innocent. Flattery is often a shortcut, a fast way to bypass discernment, a soft way to enter your defenses. Real respect is calm. It is measured. It is consistent over time. It doesn't rush you. It doesn't inflate you. It doesn't make you feel suddenly elevated above your own standards. But exaggerated praise? It creates emotional elevation, and elevation can blur judgment. You feel seen, valued, admired, and in that subtle high, you may lower your guard. The Stoics warned about this long before modern psychology did. Epictetus taught that if you attach your identity to external validation, you hand your peace to others, because the same person who inflates you can deflate you. A disciplined man understands. If praise changes your posture, you are still dependent. So when admiration feels excessive, a Stoic does not reject it harshly. He simply stays grounded. He asks internally, is this consistent with reality? Is this aligned with my values? Is this person investing in me or positioning themselves? He appreciates genuine respect, but he does not need it to feel whole. Flattery only works on the man who is hungry for approval. A grounded man can hear praise without being moved by it, because his self-image is built from discipline, not compliments. 3. Urgency is pressure in disguise. Decide now. Last chance. No time to think. Urgency is rarely about efficiency. It is often about control. Pressure compresses the mind, and a compressed mind does not reason, it reacts. When you're rushed, you don't evaluate. You comply. You seek relief from the tension. That is why urgency bypasses reason. It creates artificial scarcity. It triggers fear of loss. It pushes you to act before clarity arrives. But the Stoic mind is trained differently. Seneca wrote that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Urgency feeds imagination. What if I miss out? What if this never comes again? A disciplined man recognizes the pattern. If something is truly valuable, it can withstand a pause. A Stoic delays judgment until the mind is calm. He slows down when others rush. He breathes when others pressure. He thinks when others panic, because nothing important needs panic. And if a decision collapses, when you ask for time, it was never meant to stand. 4. Jokes that reveal intentions. Relax, I'm just joking. Humor is one of the safest masks. It gives people plausible deniability. They can test boundaries without owning the intention. But repeated jokes often carry repeated truths. Sarcasm about your value, comments about your position, subtle digs disguised as laughter. When something is said once, it may be careless. When it is repeated, it is a pattern. A Stoic understands this. He does not overreact. He does not become defensive. He does not expose insecurity. He listens. Epictetus taught that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason: to observe more than we speak. A disciplined man pays attention to what is joked about repeatedly, who laughs hardest, when the tone shifts from playful to pointed, because humor often reveals what pride hides. The Stoic does not confront every subtle jab. He collects information. He learns quietly. He adjusts access accordingly. He remembers patterns. Not every joke deserves emotion, but every pattern deserves awareness. Calm observation is stronger than wounded reaction, and clarity is power without noise. 5. Guilt as control. If you cared, you would, after all I've done. Guilt is often used as leverage. It shifts the focus from what is reasonable to what feels emotionally heavy. Instead of discussing facts, it questions your character. Guilt tries to replace reason. A Stoic sees the shift immediately. This is not about truth. It is about pressure. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to act according to virtue, not emotion. If your decision is aligned with your principles, it does not need dramatic defense. Boundaries do not require long explanations. They require clarity. You can care about someone and still say no. You can appreciate what was done without surrendering your autonomy. Calm refusal is not cruelty. It is self-respect. A disciplined man does not allow guilt to rewrite his standards. 6. Confusion is sometimes intentional. Rules that change, expectations that shift, standards that apply differently depending on the day. Confusion is not always accidental. Sometimes it is strategic. When the ground keeps moving, you start doubting your footing. You over-explain. You seek reassurance. You try harder to get it right. And in that uncertainty, you become easier to control. Because clarity creates independence. Confusion creates dependence. A Stoic notices the pattern. Seneca warned against entangling yourself in situations that disturb your inner order. If communication is constantly unclear, if standards are never stable, that is information. A disciplined man asks direct questions. He defines expectations. He observes consistency. And if clarity is repeatedly denied, he does not beg for it. He steps away, not dramatically, not emotionally, just decisively. Because peace requires clarity, and a Stoic would rather walk alone than stay where confusion is the currency. Confusion is often accompanied by subtle pressure, sudden deadlines that make you second-guess, conflicting instructions to test compliance, selective memory to create doubt. A Stoic recognizes the intent without needing confrontation. He maintains his frame, protects his energy, and lets patterns speak louder than words. Clarity is a choice. Walking away is a statement. Freedom is the reward. 7. Listening without care. Not everyone who listens wants to understand. Some are collecting, not connecting. Every word, every reaction is quietly stored for later use. A Stoic speaks with restraint. He does not overshare. He does not perform. He answers when necessary and remains silent when prudent. Words carry power. Misplaced words can become ammunition. Awareness is his shield. Restraint is his strength. He engages without giving control, observes without being manipulated, and lets silence do the work that reaction cannot. 8. Victimhood as a shield. Some people never take responsibility. Blame becomes armor, protecting their ego from accountability. They rewrite stories, cast themselves as sufferers, and hope others will carry the weight of their choices. A Stoic does not get lost in the narrative. He watches patterns, not excuses. He observes actions, not complaints. Character is revealed in what people do, not in the stories they tell. Freedom comes from responsibility. A disciplined man notices the shield, but does not engage with it. He does not argue. He does not fix their story. He simply stays aligned with reality, letting truth and action speak for themselves. 9. Anger as domination. Explosive anger is rarely about emotion. It is a tool, a weapon designed to intimidate, control, or bend others to someone else's will. A Stoic sees this clearly. He does not mirror the fury. He does not react with equal force. Calm denies power to aggression. Composure becomes armor. Silence becomes authority. When others rage, the disciplined mind stands firm. Anger loses its grip the moment it meets unshakable calm. True power belongs not to the loud, but to the steady, the measured, and the unshaken. 10. Forced familiarity. Oversharing too soon is a subtle trap. It creates false trust, an illusion of closeness, designed to lower your guard. True trust is slow, earned through consistency, tested through time. The Stoic defense is simple. Self-control, choose what you reveal. Emotional independence, your worth is not defined by acceptance. Clear judgment, see intent before reacting. You don't need to call out manipulation. You don't need to expose it. You just need to stop responding to it. As Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is not to be like that. Maintain your frame. Let patience, clarity, and composure do the work. By 40, the goal is not power over others. It is power over yourself. A man who masters his mind cannot be easily moved, provoked, or controlled. If this video helped you, remember, awareness is the first form of defense. Stay disciplined. Stay calm. More Stoic wisdom soon.